Chapter 5, Lesson 6 talks about fluency with percents. Fluency is the ease with it. We can use some of the things we already know to make percents a little easier. For example, question number 1, 75% of the students in Jessica's class are 60 inches or taller. There's 20 students in our class. 75% is just 3/4. So 75% of 20 is what we're trying to figure out. And we know that 75% is 3/4. So 3/4 of 20, 4 groups of 20, that would be 5 in each group, and there's 3 of them, would be 15 students. So knowing a little bit about fractions and how percents work and stuff like that will help us with percents also. Bobby wants to leave a tip for his waitress equal to 15% of the bill. Bobby's bill for lunch was 18. How much money represents 15%? 10% of a number is just moving the decimal over one place. So if I have $18 and I move the decimal over one place, that would be 1.80. So 10% is $1.80. 5% is just half of 10%. So half of $1.80, that's 90 cents. So if I add these together, that would give me 15%, which is $2.70. So doing a little mental math, moving the decimal one place is 10% is pretty easy. Express 9 hours as a percent of 3 days. I can break this down and reduce this by 3. So 3 hours as a percent of 1 day would be the same ratio. 3 hours out of 24 hours, that would be 1 day, is 1/8. And 1/8 is 12.5%. Number 4. Richard works from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. That's quite a long time. Make sure you don't read it as 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. His dinner break is 75% of the way through his work shift. So 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. is 16 hours. And I'm trying to find 75% of that, which is the same as 3/4. So 3/4 of 16 is 12 hours. So if he starts at 11 a.m., 12 hours from that would be 11 p.m. So Richard will take his break at 11 p.m. Number 5, at a playoff basketball game, there were 370 fans cheering for Tonawanda, 555 for NT. Express the number of fans for Tonawanda. So Tonawanda compared to NT as a percent. So there was 370 for Tonawanda, 555 for NT, which that fraction actually ends up being 2/3, which we know is 66 2/3%. Part B is the reverse. Express the number of fans for NT, so 555 compared to 370. That fraction ends up being 1.5, which as a percent is 150%. Part C, what percent more fans were there for NT than for Tonawanda? There were a total of 925 fans, and 555 of them were for NT, and we're going to take away the 370 that were there for Tonawanda. So 185 more fans out of 925, the total, gives us 20% more. So 20% more for NT. I'm trying to make this a little quicker. Fluency is the ease at which you do it. There's ways we can mentally do some things to make it a little easier.